Hello and welcome to this edition of Culture Mosaic, a weekly cultural express that brings you the latest updates on the Vietnamese cultural and entertainment scenes. The common theme of our episode today is the love for art. It could be the love of preserving a traditional craft like silver carving in the Nung community in Hà Giang province. It could be the love of Vietnamese music, culture, and dance of a French artist living in Vietnam. The love for aesthetic values could also be expressed through the making of ceramics, which the artist combines traditions with modernity. And the love for art gives us abundant topics to explore. So sit with us and enjoy what are coming your way from Vietnam in just a moment. Preserving a love of silver carving in young people. French artist promotes Vietnamese culture through dance. When traditions meet modernity in ceramics, the legacy of late artisan Vũ Đức Thắng. Now let's begin with some local news. Classical has been combined with traditional theater to tell the story of President Ho Chi Minh's life and revolutionary career in the musical The Leader or Người Cầm Lái, staged by the People's Public Security Theater to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the theater's establishment and the 132nd anniversary of Uncle Ho's birth. The project brings together a team of 180 artists and a grand choir. It's also being held to promote the traditional heritage of national theater and contemporary folk dance art. The work focuses on the life and revolutionary career of President Ho Chi Minh from the moment he left the country to find a way to save it, up until it was liberated and unified. The musical is performed on April the 24th and May the 27th at the Hanoi Opera House. Nearly 2-minute-long video clip, Vietnam Travel to Love, Living Fully in Vietnam, takes viewers on a journey to discover and experience Vietnamese culture and its many beautiful landscapes. According to the Vietnam National Administration of Tourism, the newly released clip will help promote National Tourism Year 2022, themed Quảng Nam, a green tourism destination, and invites international travelers to Vietnam in the post-pandemic period. The clip Vietnam Travel to Love, Living Fully in Vietnam was created by famous YouTubers Chan Laka, Sao Media, Trần Thiện, and Sunny Vietnam. By following in the footsteps of these YouTubers and artists, visitors have the opportunity to discover the stunning landscapes of the Northwest Mountains, explore the majestic scenery of Tam Trúc Pagoda complex as it gets blanketed in mist, or start a new day by enjoying the sunrise over Hạ Long Bay, a natural wonder and other beautiful places in Vietnam. Hội An was voted the most hospitable place in Vietnam in 2022. Booking.com, one of the world's leading online travel platforms, announced the top 10 most hospitable tourist destinations in Vietnam in 2022. The list was based on more than 232 million verified reviews found on the travel and accommodation site. Behind Hội An were Phong Nha, Đồng Hới, Ninh Bình, Huế, Mũi Né, Tuy Hòa, Mai Châu, Sapa, and Côn Đảo. Not just rich in scenery and culture, these destinations also offer guests interesting experiences and unparalleled hospitality, making a visit to these areas a must. The northern province of Thái Nguyên is hosting 64 contestants from the 2022 Miss World Vietnam competition as they gear up for the pageant's final round. This is an opportunity for Thái Nguyên province to promote its culture and image as a civilized, modern, friendly, and hospitable city. The contestants will take part in different categories, including fashion and talent. The competition is searching for the most worthy candidate to represent the talent and beauty of Vietnamese women. The national finale will be held in Quy Nhơn in August, during which the current reigning Miss Lương Thùy Linh will pass on her crown to the winner. After the original program's success in China, the first season of the show Street Dance Vietnam has been launched by Vietnam Cable Television. Street Dance Vietnam program aims to honor street culture and the spirit of artistic creativity, encourage people to pursue their passion, test their limits, and inspire the Vietnamese dance-loving community. The 4 captains participating are singer Trọng Hiếu, Bảo Anh, K Chen, and Chi Pu. The program will air every Saturday from April 22nd on channel VTV4 17. Silver carving is the traditional handicraft of the Nung people in Hà Giang province. It has existed for hundreds of years, but amidst the modern rhythm of life, the tradition of silver carving has been gradually disappearing, with fewer and fewer people choosing to learn the craft. With this in mind, over the past 11 years, one silversmith has been working with local authorities to find ways to pass on the love of the silver carving profession and preserve it. So let's dig into this story in Culture and Lifestyle now.
Today, Lu Thi Thu Hạnh and her grandfather, Lu Sao Long, are going to school to attend a special class. As a well-known silversmith in the area, Mr. Lu Sao Long has been teaching regular extracurricular classes on the silver carving tradition of the Nung people for more than 11 years. In each class, he teaches his students the dedicated silver carving techniques of the Nung ethnic group, which are imbued with their cultural identity.
Em học hỏi được từ bạc giúp thêm bộ quần áo đẹp hơn, độc đáo hơn. Em thích nhất công đoạn là hàn, vì được xem ông hàn thì sắp thành sản phẩm ạ.
Khi mà có nghệ nhân đến và học sinh được chứng kiến những cái nghệ nhân truyền dạy trực tiếp thì học sinh rất chi là phấn khởi, và từ những cái vấn đề phấn khởi đấy thì học sinh đã tự mình và mày mò rồi học theo, và bây giờ là đến cái là học sinh học thực hiện rất chi là thành thạo.
In Lu Thi Thu Hạnh family, her grandfather and father both work in silver carving. Her brother is also learning the trade. Silver carving has been handed down in her family for hundreds of years and has been maintained by more than 3 generations. The family's silver carving methods have kept up old traditions with their bracelets, buttons, necklaces, and earrings, each carrying its own special meaning. For example, silver coin motifs represent the desire to change one's life, while the chains signify the spirit of community cohesion.
Từ 15-16 tuổi là cùng bố làm bạc phải làm cái cúc này, cái dây chuyền này. Tôi thì bây giờ thì cũng già rồi, trước là làm, bây giờ là đời bố thì mất rồi, bây giờ ông thì dạy cho con cháu làm cái nghề này, nhưng mà cái nghề này không cho mất, dạy con cháu làm sau này.
To this day, every time people go to the market, they still come across images of women wearing, buying and selling sparkling silver necklaces.
Khi mặc những cái bộ trang phục dân tộc Nùng màu đen rồi thì mình sẽ đeo những cái bộ trang sức màu trắng này để
làm tô lên vẻ đẹp của người phụ nữ dân tộc Nùng ạ. Đây là ví dụ như là đây là hình con cá, thì mình xem là cái hình này nó có những cái hoa văn này nó đẹp như thế nào, thì để mình mua, mình chọn và mình mua. Cái hình con cá này thì nó là mình đeo lên để cho nó đẹp và mang ý nghĩa là hình con cá thì cũng tượng trưng cho mình là như chị em mình ấy, mềm mại như những con cá bơi dưới nước ạ.
The sounds of the silver carving process resound throughout the village. Its values have been passed down by generations and continue to be preserved by the Nung people in Sinman.
Art is an effective way of introducing and promoting the traditions and culture of a country to people. This is especially true for French dancer Emmanuelle Vincent, who expresses her love for Vietnam through dance and encourages other people to learn more about Vietnamese culture. How does Emmanuelle promote Vietnamese culture through dance? Let's find out in this week's On the Mic.
A familiar image of a woman wearing a sun protection dress, a hat, gloves, and a mask. This is a familiar image in Vietnam, especially in the summer, and is also the inspiration for artist Emmanuelle Vincent's work, titled Mutant. Mutant was created over the course of 1 year in 2018 and premiered at IDECAF in Ho Chi Minh City in January 2019. The performance started out as a solo work, but gradually became collaborative, with other artists such as rapper Suboy and DJ Dang contributing. In 2021, Mutant was performed in Vietnam Day in France and received a lot of attention from its audience.
Hello, Emmanuelle. Thank you so much for being on our show today.
Hello, and thank you to invite me here. Thank you.
We have recently seen a sneak peek from your Mutant show, which incorporates Vietnamese feature with modern or contemporary dance. Can you share with us more about this performance? Where did you draw your inspiration from?
It's a long story. First time when I came to Vietnam and visited, and when I saw all the women who were covered by masks and clothes on a motorbike, I was very surprised to see them, because it was the first time of my life that I saw this kind of phenomenon. And the most surprising for me, it was start to 5 p.m. at the afternoon. All those women take off clothes. I look at that way and I thought that, wow, it's so lovely, you know, it's so incredible to think that, yeah, around the world, some people cover themselves for some religious reasons or something else. But here, it's for the pollution, the heat, the beauty as well, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I talked to my collaborator, Pierre Larosa. We decided to make a solo about this gesture. So step by step, we start with just observation on the street. I'm stand on a circle with rotate, and I move like if I was a sculpture and an animal. And step by step, this woman who is totally covered by masks, she develops her intimity step by step to become a woman, as a warrior. And for me, it's not to speak about a Vietnamese girl or woman, it's to speak about all the women across the world.
Now, what is so exciting about this show is that it was performed in Paris for the last Vietnam Day 2021. Can you tell us more about it? You know, the audience reception as well as your personal experiences.
That question nowadays, it's very tricky because in addition to being a different country, it is especially the after COVID that put another look on our show. Covering up has become global. So it's a tricky question because maybe if I've done it 5 years ago, the view would have been different than today. So when we show it last year, people at first didn't know that it was a phenomenon, special thing in Vietnam, but they thought, they think about their condition, because everybody around me were covered. But because it was in a special situation, in a Vietnam festival, after that, I could speak with people, and they understood why we pick up this.
French artist Emmanuelle Vincent, born in 1978, is a choreographer, a dancer of Transescaped. She is also a dance teacher and a video artist. She was born into a family with no artistic background, but has developed a solid artistic background in her 18 years living in Brussels. She has a degree in performing arts from the Sorbonne Nouvelle, Paris 3. In addition to contemporary dance, which is her profession, her openness to different forms of movement had led her to train in traditional Vietnamese dance.
Now, you have been familiar with Vietnam's art scenes for the last decade. So how did your journey with Vietnam start?
It was in 2009 in Brussels. I discovered a piece of Vietnam, It's by love. Because I met the artist, Tinh Nguyen Trong Nam, in Brussels, who is now my husband. And he's an artist, he's a painter, he collaborates with me as well for many things. And in 2010, for 1 month in Vietnam. So I could discover the country and the rest of his family. At that time, I already knew a little bit about Asia, but it was the first time that I went to Vietnam. And it was a shock, because Vietnam is very different.
You have also performed Vietnamese traditional dances. So can you tell us more about this? How come you get to know these dances, and what is your personal experiences?
So it was in Brussels, actually. I had the chance to be integrated with the group Trongson, is a union of Vietnamese in Belgium. Which from 2012, they introduced me to traditional Vietnamese dance. And then I participated in the Tet dance for several years. So it was very touching for me, because I was part of the community. And I understood by learning Vietnamese dance some stories, for ceremony, for spring, for autumn, something always very meaning, and special.
In addition to performing, Emmanuelle is also linked to Vietnam through workshops with students of the University of Fine Arts in Ho Chi Minh City and student exchange programs between Vietnam and Belgium. One popular project was the exhibition Transforming, which was held within the framework of a project between Belgium, Vietnam, and France called Blender, initiated by artists Emmanuelle Vincent and Pierre Lazura of Transescaped, Trương Minh Thi Nguyen, and Nguyễn Văn Minh, Vice Principal of Ho Chi Minh City University of Fine Arts. The project addresses themes related to culture and diversity and highlights cross-culturalism. The exhibition also features the work of students from the Ho Chi Minh City University of Fine Arts.
Now, after spending 10 years in Vietnam, do you see any developments or differences from the love that you have started out with and what you have ended up with?
Yeah, but Vietnam is a special country because everything goes fast in Vietnam. The youth are very talented and they are very fast. So over these last 10 years, I've seen, I think, 2-3 faces of Vietnam. I think we cannot talk about Vietnam if we don't talk about the youth. The 20, 35 years old, are incredible because the young artists have the passion, the dynamism to invent, to create, to try from the things. Yeah. So if we are speaking about the artistic scene, I think it's going up,
What is your aims by bringing Vietnamese dances and culture through your works?
For me, the objective is to collaborate, and I enjoy I like to witness, the young generation and how they deal with their own contemporary art.
Yep.
Vietnamese artists have their own contemporary art.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel, for spending our time. It was such a nice chat. We would love to see you in Vietnam and your future art endeavors.
Yeah, thank you, Dylan. Thank you very much.
This April, there's an interesting month-long exhibition in Hanoi that showcases fashionable boots made of ceramic. What's striking about this particular exhibit is that all of the artworks employ highly advanced traditional techniques of the famous Bát Tràng village on odd shapes with sophisticated modern designs, which is a very difficult feat to achieve. So in this week's Connecting Cultures, we'll dive into the artworks and experiments of late artisan Vũ Đức Thắng, the creator of this ceramic boots collection, and learn more about his legacy of integrating traditional quintessence with modern artistic thinking.
You see a mix of both cultures, Vietnam and Italy, because they were inspired of the shape of the country of Italy, but the ceramic is made here in Vietnam, in Bát Tràng. So I find it very interesting, very creative.
12 đôi giày này thì thật ra mỗi một đôi có một giá trị. Bởi vì tác giả không làm một màu. Ngay về các cái mô típ, các họa tiết chuyển động rất uyển chuyển. Mà nó là cái hồn Việt ở trong những cái họa tiết này. Nó bộc lộ được tinh hoa của người Việt và ý tưởng của người Ý gặp nhau.
Awe-inspiring is probably the shared sentiment of visitors to the Bát Tràng Ceramic Boots exhibition, currently held in Hanoi throughout this April. These 12 ceramic boots are the artwork of the late people's artisan Vũ Đức Thắng. For the first time in more than 10 years, the full collection is now on display to the public, thanks to the initiative of the late artisan's son.
Màu men nâu và men xanh là hai cái màu men mà ông có nhiều tác phẩm đẹp, nhất là những cái màu men xanh ngọc. Bạn có thể thấy cái đôi giày được vẽ và được khắc hoa dây ở đây. Những cái hoa dây ở đây thì ông phủ một lớp men, xong rồi ông bắt đầu khắc ở trên đó. Xong rồi ông lại phủ rất là nhiều những lớp men khác nhau để có những chỗ đậm, nhạt khác nhau. Nếu như họa sĩ họ dùng màu để vẽ nên bức tranh thì ông dùng men. Họ trồng những lớp màu lên thì ông trồng những lớp men lên để tạo ra được cái ý đồ của ông muốn. Thì đấy là một cái mà khi mà tôi tìm hiểu thì tôi càng thấy khâm phục.
Born and raised in the cradle of traditional ceramics, Bát Tràng village, late artisan Vũ Đức Thắng dedicated his career to innovating Vietnam's traditional ceramic arts. He is famous for his ability to combine the quintessence of traditional landscapes with a contemporary philosophy, resulting in highly creative and unique pieces. After an unfortunate accident, he passed away, leaving behind a museum worth of artworks, as well as many unfinished plans and projects. Missing its mastermind, however, the family business isn't staying dormant. His son, who is now successor of his massive legacy, is continuing it in his own way, despite not being a ceramist like his father.
Sau khi bố tôi mất đi rồi thì tôi thừa kế cái bảo tàng này. Tuy nhiên lúc đó tôi rất là chơi vơi và tôi cũng không biết là mình nên bắt đầu từ đâu. Chúng tôi đã mất 3 năm trời để lên ý tưởng cũng như là hoàn thành website Bát Tràng.museum. Đây là một nền tảng số, tôi muốn lưu lại hết tất cả những câu chuyện về gốm sứ cổ truyền Bát Tràng nói chung, cũng như là gốm sứ đương đại Việt Nam nói riêng, và cũng như là những tác phẩm nổi bật của bố tôi. Triển lãm này chính là một trong những bước khởi đầu của rất là nhiều những hoạt động sắp tới mà tôi cũng nhen nhóm cho Bát Tràng Museum.
While the son is at the front promoting his father's art to the public, the mother is at the back keeping the family museum and workshop alive.
Bác Thắng đã để lại cái bảo tàng, mọi công việc là chúng tôi thấy là cũng hơi quá sức, nhưng mà cũng may là có cháu đó cùng với tôi, hai mẹ con cũng như là các anh em của cháu là cũng ủng hộ thêm là thôi cứ duy trì cái bảo tàng để lưu giữ những sản phẩm của bố để lại. Tôi sinh ra và lớn lên tại làng Bát Tràng, do vậy là chúng tôi hiểu được mọi cái công việc về nghề gốm, cho nên do vậy là bây giờ tôi tiếp quản được mọi công việc này. Những cái mặt hàng khách hàng đặt thì chúng tôi vẫn sản xuất để duy trì mọi công việc cho những người gắn bó ở xưởng. Men thì là độc đáo là của bác Thắng đã để lại, chúng tôi tiếp tục là phát huy đến tương lai. Thì gia đình cũng mong muốn là để xây dựng lại cái bảo tàng chuẩn hơn, để kể lại những cái câu chuyện của làng gốm Bát Tràng nói chung và những câu chuyện của bác Thắng làm ra những sản phẩm, những tác phẩm nói riêng. Phần phát huy những cái tác phẩm thì tôi lại dành cho con trai.
Với kinh nghiệm 15 năm làm việc trong truyền thông, tôi nghĩ là tôi có khả năng có thể hợp tác cùng rất nhiều những nghệ sĩ nổi tiếng, có thể cùng với tôi, cùng với Bát Tràng Museum sáng tạo nên những sản phẩm mới. Tôi cũng đang có ý định xây dựng nên một quỹ phát triển nghệ thuật của Bát Tràng Museum. Một cái quỹ phát triển nghệ thuật này thì sẽ là sự hợp tác giữa các nghệ sĩ tên tuổi và cũng là nơi cái quỹ này cũng có thể dùng để cho những nghệ sĩ trẻ họ liên lạc với chúng tôi và cùng nhau tạo ra những tác phẩm để có thể triển lãm hoặc trưng bày ở trong bảo tàng. Đó là cái sự tiếp nối mà tôi muốn bảo tàng của chúng tôi có được.
The road is still long for the family of late artisan Vũ Đức Thắng. However, with determination and a clear vision, the legacy of his artwork, and the innovation he contributed to Vietnam's contemporary ceramic art in general, will have a chance to live on and thrive once again.
And that is the end of our program. If you'd like to catch us online, download the VTV Go app from your Google Play or App Store, or tune in our YouTube channel at youtube.com/VTV4Go for more of our programs. And don't forget to join us next week for another episode of Culture Mosaic. Goodbye for now.